past, the present, and future impact of COVID. And to share their views, we have a panel of experts from across different industry verticals, right? So by the end of the session, we are hoping that each one of you would have got a different perspective and would have broadened your horizons as well.
Unique and new, and that's how Cognition Conclaves is the first thing which occurred to us. And along with that, we also have opened up, WOW has branched out into a music school as well. So as you all might be aware of it, we have opened up instruments and Carnatic, along with Carnatic vocals. The Carnatic instruments are also being taught at World of Witness.
So these are some of our flagship programs as well, right? So educational systems are online and not everybody are comfortable with the online mode of education. So even students and young adults are facing problems with that. So very well answered. Thanks to the audience.
Personal and professional life. So it was like no more professional life stress management versus personal life stress management, but it is altogether a new method of managing stress and anxiety. Jamshedpur. He is also a Fulbright scholar under the Nehru CII Fulbright Scholarship for Leadership in Management. Mr. Ramanand Puttige, we welcome you to the program. And we are really honored to have you here today.
So, good evening once again, and good morning for people on the other side of the time zones. So, Vinay, Karthik, wish you all the best and congratulations on your 4th anniversary. I'm sure the pandemic has been something of a event which is unprecedented in most of our generations. It's only perhaps about close to 100 years back that something of a similar proportion has happened. And the amount of disruption that we have seen from the pandemic is something unprecedented. And the future as we see it is very different from what we have seen in the past, but there has to be something which is a continuity. Right? So again, I go back to an old ad which I remembered when I was writing this sentence. Any guesses on this ad, you can put it in the chat box. It went with that. I'd like to hand it back for a few questions.
Our second speaker was Mr. Raja Rao. And Raja Rao also, like Ram, has got years of experience. And he is a global professional with rich experience diversity in terms of roles, industries, companies, domains, and geographies that he has worked in.
During the pandemic, in my household, and I'm sure it will be similar in yours also, we've gone more digital. We're doing everything from home, from working to teaching to learning to shopping to entertainment, ordering food, ordering supplies, you name it. So the digital, path has become critical. It has grown. And I'm going to talk a little bit about manufacturing and semiconductor manufacturing, given my background, it's like that. So the biggest markets, let's say in the US, they're having difficulty in getting electronics to make their cars and things like that. So one of the trends that I'm already beginning to see is that the rich nations like US, they're starting to move their silicon process manufacturing back, to their home soil. It may take
of engineering at NVIDIA with over 27 years of industry experience in the field of semiconductor technology. He has been at NVIDIA for 23 years.
So there's a little bit of my perceptions intertwined with this presentation. All right, organizational impact. So the question is, how has the COVID pandemic affected my role or vertical or organization? So the short, because of the global chip shortage, even this industry kind of is high in demand, especially in the Silicon Valley. So car prices have really shot up. So overall, you can see that many factors kind of helped. So the unfortunate truth is that in times of war, the economy actually does well. So it's something like that. So we try to experiment a lot of stuff, right? And see how we could. In the initial days, it was all a struggle. right? So, but I must say that it took about 4 to 6 months really for everybody to adapt to this new normal, right? But then now it's been a year and a half. So what were the initial views to this disruption? We had to start bracing for the worst. Lots of training sessions on how to navigate through the pandemic. I showed that in the last slide. All travel was put on hold, and we had mandatory work from home requirements put in place. So say we quickly addressed that situation and tried to rally against, all odds against this new normal. Finally, this pandemic phase has given us an opportunity to reevaluate our priorities in life. From a psychological impact, I alluded to this earlier. I think for adults, it was like the loss of social interaction and the sense of well-being. That I think we'll see later during the, it's a long-term thing. I don't think we have seen that yet. We might start seeing that more. Kids, the mental health issues and greater dependence on gadgets is a real worry. For employees, coping with the changing workplace culture, I'll talk more about this. It is something that I think we'll have to deal with.
Fourth speaker, Dr. Raghavendra Kurkal. Dr. Raghavendra is a medical doctor and works as a general practitioner, a family doctor in the National Health Services in the United Kingdom. He also has a master's in health informatics. He has also worked in hospitals in India and in healthcare IT companies before coming to UK. He brings with him more than 15 years of work experience in the NHS in the United Kingdom.
About looking out for each other and helping each other, that actually as Raj mentioned in his slides, that it did bring out when your backs are against the wall, that you reached out to your neighbor and asked if you can be of some help to them or brought their shopping for them. But the broader picture in healthcare is there's been a very high pressure, probably an all-time high. The direct pressure from COVID-related illness itself is massively contributory, but then routine surgery and cancer treatment being postponed. So there's a massive backlog of patients who have not been accessing healthcare and not, their diagnosis has been delayed and unfortunately, therefore losing lives prematurely when they could have been saved if it was not for COVID. So here on the key learnings is that I think everyone working together, when people who are called physician associates, nurses who are got a little bit more training. The physician associates are people with science degrees and who've got a little bit extra training in adult medicine, will work alongside doctors. They may not be able to prescribe, but they can get the doctors to authorize prescriptions on their behalf to meet the patient demand, and that's listening. Possibly happening is that life is tough. It's finite and it's fragile, as you have all appreciated that through the pandemic. But there is immense possibilities with a mature mindset. So we need to make that choice because it's not going to happen. So same with whether it's happiness or not, we have the choice to do that. We can choose to be happy. We can choose to be content. We can choose to look at the positive. So that is the mature mindset I'm saying.
So big thanks to all the speakers and the audiences for making time to attend this particular webinar and making it really successful.
We hope your extended support will be with us for our future Cognition Conclave seminars and webinars as well. Thank you so much.